Hey guys, it's Kimmy here. Can you please excuse the horrible mess that's in the background of this video? I couldn't be bothered cleaning my room. Don't judge me, okay? I'm sorry. Just, jeez. Stop being judgmental. Okay, so this is part 2 of my zombie series survival guide thing. Basically, if you can't be bothered reading the zombie survival guide, these videos will keep you prepared if there is a zombie apocalypse invasion thing happening. So that's good. Now, there are a couple of reasons why I'm doing this series. 1, because I don't have a life and I have an irrational fear of zombies. 2, because I am creating a zombie video game right now and I have to research zombies a lot. And 3, I thought it would be really cool to share this information with you guys and hopefully save some lives, you know? Okay, so I should let you know about the zombie survival guide. It is based around 10 rules that my last video was about. If you haven't seen that video yet, you might want to click somewhere on the screen wherever I put the annotation or the link in the underbar. This is part 2 of that. I noticed in the zombie survival guide it talks about this virus called Solanum. That virus is completely and 100% fiction, false, not real, not true, isn't nada, nothing. Which is super good because if that existed, we'd all be screwed and that would not be cool. Even though the virus Solanum does not exist, Max Brooks was pretty good on giving tips on how to survive a zombie apocalypse through research of like zombie history and stuff, which I have done because I'm super cool. Yeah, his advice is really, really good and quite accurate. Side note, even though Solanum does not exist, there are 2 diseases out there that may cause a zombie invasion, apocalypse, whatever you want to call it. 1 is mad cow disease and 2 is rabies. Rabies is most likely going to cause rage virus zombies. I know they're not zombies, but you know, it's just easy for the video to call them zombies, so just don't use zombie nutcases out there. Don't go, oh, it's not zombies. So rabies will cause close to like rage virus zombies, where mad cow disease will cause more like traditional slow moving like zombies. So what we're going to have to do is we want to stay away from raccoons and crazy dogs and like, I don't know, whatever else has rabies. I don't really research rabies, but those kind of things you want to stay away from, which sucks because I love raccoons. And 2, for mad cow disease, we're going to have to stay away from beef, the bovine community. Just don't eat that stuff. I know it might taste amazing. Well, I don't know that because I'm vegetarian, but it might taste amazing to you guys. If you eat beef and then get sick from it because I think you have mad cow disease, I might shoot you in the head because I don't want to risk a zombie invasion. So beef isn't cool, guys. You know, eat lamb if you want, but no. So in my last video, I gave you the top 10 rules on how you should survive a zombie apocalypse. I'm going to go into more detail now about zombies. This video is going to talk about the attributes and physical capabilities of a zombie because I got to tell you what you're up against before you can survive against it. You got to understand your enemy before you can go fight them, right? Yeah. Okay, so physical capabilities. You hear of zombies in the movies. You hear of zombies having super speed and super strength, and you know, some can fly and some have telepathic powers and all this stuff. That is not true. You might think zombies are not true altogether, but they could be, so But zombies do not have supernatural powers other than the fact that they're like the Walking Dead. But there isn't too much difference between a zombie and a human body, except one's dead and one is alive, which is a huge difference, really. However fast a zombie could walk when he was a human, it's how fast he can walk when he's a zombie, if that makes sense. So he can't gain more power, he has just about the same capabilities as a human, except because it's a dead body, they don't have really good motor skills, so they can't climb. Zombies can't climb. So if you're ever in a zombie invasion, go up. You want to get up as high as you can. Sight. A zombie's sight is just about as good as a human sight. They can see just about as far as we can. However, they don't really tend to hunt during the day. So if you ever want to move around in a zombie apocalypse, go during the day. Try and stay away from night as much as possible because zombies, for some reason, have amazing night vision. They tend to hunt in the night more. It's been said that one of the main ways a zombie can tell the difference between a human and an own zombie is through movement. You know, zombies are really stiff kind of moving creatures, not like the robot, like what I was just doing, but they're very stiff, kind of slow moving creatures, whereas humans, we're very flowy and fast and stuff. So via sight, that's how they tell the difference between a human and a zombie. Zombies also have excellent hearing. When they hear a sound, they can determine what direction it goes in and follow it like crazy. They are so good at hearing. And you might think, hold on, Kimmy, you said that they don't get superpowers. No, they don't get superpowers. The difference is that zombies rely on their hearing and scent a lot more than humans do. We rely on our vision the most. Zombies rely on hearing and scent, and so those kind of get more sharp, I guess. You know when you have a blind person like Ray Charles, and they tend to get amazing hearing because they rely on it a lot more? That's exactly what a zombie is. They don't really rely on their sight as much as they do their scent and their hearing, so they have amazing, you know, smelling and hearing. So I was just going on about scent there for a second. Zombies have a more acute sense of smell. It's been suggested that they can smell flesh from up to a mile away, which is ridiculous. So try and stay further than like a mile away from zombies if you can, if that's possible. Now the main advantage zombies have over humans is the fact that they can't feel pain. So the worst thing you're going to do in a zombie apocalypse is try to attack it by hurting it. For example, if you come up to a zombie and you start hacking at its stomach like crazy, this zombie's just going to be like, dude, what are you doing? I can't feel that. Are you, like, stuffed in the head or something? And so while you're, like, hacking it in the stomach and stuff, this zombie is just going to be like, and bite you. So zombies can't feel pain. Don't try and hurt a zombie. If you come across a zombie, kill it. Don't try and hurt it, just kill it because it will not feel pain. And that's their biggest advantage over us because if we get hurt, we're screwed. If we get stabbed in the stomach, we're going to be in pain and sucking and having a cry about it because we can feel that crap, you know, it's not fun. However, our biggest advantage over a zombie is the fact that we can use our brain and we can think. Zombies cannot think. All they care about is eating and getting as much human flesh as possible and killing as much as possible, but they can't think. So if we're all stealthy and careful and logical, we can outrun zombies, we can beat zombies, we are much more intelligent than zombies. As I just said, zombies, they're only hungry. All they want to do is eat. Eat, 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 eat. They don't care about anything else but eating. They don't really care about thirst, they don't need to sleep, they don't really get hot or anything. They just want to eat you, they just want to nom you. So yeah, that's another thing. They will not stop until they've eaten you. So if you're ever in a zombie apocalypse, try to avoid moving around at night as much as possible. You want to stay put in one spot during the night, a safe spot, and then during the day you want to keep moving, keep quiet, keep low, and keep alert. So there you go, that's like the physical capabilities and the attributes of a zombie and their little features and stuff. So hopefully you know a bit more about zombies. If you guys have any questions about them, I'm not exactly an expert, but I do love talking about zombies. So if you want to ask questions or add anything that I've left out in this video, do that below and that'd be super cool. And I'm sorry if I spoke really fast in this video, it was just a lot of information to get in. I didn't want the video to be too long and stuff. But seriously guys, next video I will be talking about what you should have in your pack when you go out on the run during a zombie apocalypse. And I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you're enjoying this series, and keep smiling guys and be on the look for zombies because they can be anywhere.